Fulton Bank is a proud supporter of historically Black colleges and universities. Learn more about Fulton Bank's commitment to making communities better through education and inclusivity at fultonbank.com.
This is Morgan State, Maryland's public urban research university. Develop lifelong professional skills in a diverse academic community anchored in tradition and transforming for tomorrow. Morgan State, growing the future, leading the world.
Each week this fall, HBCU Go TV will showcase the gridiron games and show-stopping bands from around the country.
They cannot stop this man.
For more information, log on to hbcugo.tv.
STEM City USA, bridging the digital gap for millions of underserved through community and education. An immersive digital world that provides personal and professional development tools and resources. Details at stemcityusa.com. HBCU Week is back for its 4th year.
I want you to think about it on all levels.
MPT presents 27 hours of important programs.
We are a unique place to go. We can feel like we're at home.
This is one part of Morgan history that we have to tell.
When you think about the CIAA, you think about excellence, right?
It means a lot to me, both as the state's governor, but also just a fan.
Learn more about the legacy of historically Black colleges and universities.
Another reason we have to have institutions like Howard.
Another reason.
HBCU Week, exclusively on MPT, starting September 4th.
Students, thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope that your academic years have gotten off to a fantastic start. Welcome to HBCU Week and our Career Opportunity Forum. I'm Travis Mitchell, the Senior Vice President and Chief Content Officer of Maryland Public Television. And today we're going to introduce you to 2 amazing organizations with incredible paid internship opportunities and management training and apprenticeship programs in both banking and in media. So joining us for a very important conversation today is Melissa Silvers. Melissa is the Senior Talent Acquisition Advisor for Human Resources for Fulton Bank. Melissa, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. Welcome to our Career Opportunity Forum.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, Melissa, let's get right into it. As you know, we have a lot of students who are tuning in, who are curious about careers in banking and careers in general. Could you share with us your journey and how you wound up ending in the position that you're in with Fulton Bank?
Sure. So I will say that I never thought I would be in banking. That never crossed my mind. But really, it is Fulton that changed my mind all about banking. I've been in human resources now for probably over 15 years. I've been a generalist, I have been an HR manager, and then now I have this role as a senior talent acquisition advisor here at Fulton. And there are just so many opportunities that I really had no idea about until I joined. Banking is not just what you see as far as completing transactions within a bank. There's so much more that it takes for us to be able to run our operation and successfully partner with our customers.
Excellent. I mean, now take us back to your undergraduate days. I believe you are graduate of Frostburg State, and kind of did you think banking or HR was kind of in your future?
So at Frostburg State, I was a business major. I love business. And then towards graduation, I started to look into human resources. I had a couple of HR classes and I loved it, specifically around like contract negotiations and union management. I thought this is so exciting. But I also realized like I did not want to be a lawyer. I did not want to go to school for additional time. And I thought that, HR is really a great way to be able to work with people, help solve problems for employees and companies. And that just was the path that I ended up pursuing following graduation.
So what advice would you give students in terms of those who are looking to get into either banking or in HR? What kind of characteristics do they need to have, or personality traits to really be successful in either banking or in HR?
To be successful, I would tell everyone really remain open to your opportunity. As I mentioned, I got here, not necessarily on purpose. I wasn't necessarily aiming to be in banking, but I was open to the opportunity. And I think it's really important that we remain curious. So being open to those opportunities as they present themselves, really, being hardworking and dedicated to whatever your assignment is. Because day one, I didn't start here as a senior talent acquisition advisor. No one comes in as CEO fresh out of college. So it's really important to be humble, and appreciate the opportunity and experience. Really take that time to learn, network. I can't say that word enough. A lot of the time it's really about, who that can help you open those additional doors. So really taking the time to, build your network, learn everything that you can, ask 1,000,001 questions. Those are the really most important things, whether you're pursuing something in business or you want to make the transition into the banking world.
So for a student who may be watching us, and they've heard you use this term and heard me introduce you. So exactly what does a senior talent acquisition advisor do?
Yes. So in my role, I am responsible for working really closely with our hiring managers to determine, what current needs look like, future needs, to help them identify talent to be able for them to be able to complete the work that is required of them. So I am a person that you would probably see on campus with a Fulton Bank sign telling you all about our wonderful opportunities. If you have ever completed an interview process, I would be one of the first people that you would speak with in that process, explaining to you all about the role, telling you all about our company, and really being there to walk you through the entire process. So my role is really introducing candidates to the company, guiding you along the way, and then also working hand in hand with our management team on that process as well.
So tell us a little bit about the Fulton Forward initiative.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit more about why that's so important?
It is extremely important to us. We want to be great partners within our communities, and the Fulton Forward Initiative allows us to do that. It allows us to partner with various community organizations, with various schools and other individuals to help with financial literacy, to help with gaining, access to knowledge or access to additional networks. We do a lot of great work. We have people who are really passionate about volunteering here, giving of their time and talents to our community members to really be able to help raise that bar around us. So it's a really great initiative that so many of our employees here are really passionate about.
And so tell us a little bit about career opportunities right now at Fulton Bank for students, interns, new hires. What are you looking for? What's open right now?
We have a little bit of everything open right now. As we speak, we are really gearing up for our fall recruiting season. So we are looking for management trainees that are going to support the future of our company. We're also looking for interns as well. And we have internships across multiple departments within Fulton. We have openings within our financial centers, for tellers, for sales and services specialists, and then within other areas of our business, we have other openings as well. So we have quite a lot going on specifically for students. It is that time of year when you'll start to see us on campus, talking about our great management trainee program and opportunities that we would have as far as entry-level positions for students.
So I know students' ears perked up when you said you have openings, you have internships. So here's the $1 million question that I ask everyone. So are these paid internships? Are these volunteer or credit-based internships?
These are paid internships.
Could you say that one more time?
Paid. These are not
Okay.
volunteer roles. They are paid internships.
And about how many openings or internship slots do you have available right now?
So I believe that in the coming weeks, we'll probably have at least 10 or so. We do have internships opportunities kind of on a rolling basis. We do tend to have some during the fall, some during the spring. We even have summer internship opportunities. So ours is really a rolling program for interns.
Okay, excellent. And so management trainee, I'm assuming that is for entry level employees who are already in Fulton Bank looking to get on the management track.
So the program is open to Fulton employees. It's also open to recent graduates. So anyone
Okay.
that is going to be graduating in not fall, I'm sorry, spring 2024 would potentially qualify for the program. So we're looking for recent college grads, to take on leadership roles. So you would have a great opportunity to really learn all about Fulton. You rotate through various departments. You're able to do lots of project work. You meet so many people. You have a lot of face time with our senior leadership team. It's just a really great opportunity. It's a way to learn more about Fulton. It's a way, I like to call it a nice way to try out things before you have to say, I definitely want to be in Department A or Department B. You have so much time to make that decision versus just saying, this is the job for me straight out of college. So I love the fact that it's a rotational program.
So which brings me to my next question. So is this opportunity just for business majors? Could I be a non-business, non-finance major and apply for this opportunity, either the management trainee or the internship?
So for the management trainee program, there are some specific degrees that we look at. Typically, we do have a general track, and usually for that track, we're looking for business, management, accounting major, something kind of related. We also have IT management trainee positions as well. So you would need to have like a computer science degree, information technology, something related to that particular line of business.
So how do students find out more? How do they apply either for the internship or for the management trainee program?
Yes, so all of the information to apply for any of our careers will be online on our website, on our careers page. The management trainee positions are going to be released a little bit later this year. Typically, we roll out those applications probably late October, first week of November timeframe. That way we've had an opportunity to really visit all of the schools and share a little bit more about the program before we open that up live.
And so one word of advice that you would give, or some advice that you would give to students to make them more competitive in the application process would be what?
So number one, I tell everyone, make sure that you read the job description. So take a look at the position that you're applying for. We give you the answers to the test, usually right in the job description, about what we want to see. And then use that information to really make sure that your cover letter, if you're submitting one, is tailored to that your resume really reflects those skill sets. Make it easy for the recruiter. Call out those bullet points that we're looking for in the job description so that we know that you have the skill set. Making sure that you're familiar with the job description and familiar with the company, those types of things really make you stand out to the recruiter that is looking at your resume to potentially send you on to a hiring manager.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom today and for all that you do, helping those inside Fulton Bank and outside Fulton Bank get connected with their career destiny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again, we want to thank Melissa for being so gracious with her time and sharing with us these amazing opportunities at Fulton Bank. But now we're going to talk about something that's a little closer home to me, and that is about careers in media. I've spent the last 25 to 30 years of my life working in media. And before we talk about an amazing opportunity with the National Association of Broadcasters, I want to share more of my career journey and how Morgan State University helped prepare me to be who I am today. Coming back to Morgan,
is always an amazing experience. The fact that I return now and my daughter is a senior at Morgan, my alma mater, the place that gave me life, the place that gave me my foundation, is indescribable. To see what she's been able to accomplish and to see how Morgan has developed her talent and developed her potential is why HBCUs are so critically important. It has truly been a joy to return to Maryland, and now in my new role as Senior Vice President, Chief Content Officer of Maryland Public Television. Public television was chartered to serve underserved communities, and one of my first priorities in taking the helm at MPT for the first time in its more than 50-year history was using the airwaves and connecting with our state's HBCUs. Thought it was important to show the academic excellence at our schools, to show the leadership excellence at our schools, and to give our presidents a voice to really share their vision for how their universities will serve the state of Maryland and indeed serve the nation. It was that HBCU exposure that sent me to Morgan State University to be all I could be. And so I thought at Maryland Public Television it was important, now going into our 4th year, to dedicate a week of primetime programming to the HBCU experience. No other national outlet, no other local outlet has ever made such a commitment. This past year, we aired over 22 hours of content about the HBCU experience, and it featured the Calvin Tyler story, the amazing former Morgan student who rose from a driver to the corporate boardroom of UPS and ultimately gave back $20 million to Morgan State University. That's an American success story. That's a Horatio Alger story in the making, and it's important that it was shared with our viewers across this region. I left North Carolina as a kid who thought that his path forward was being a basketball player, and because I had an honor scholarship when things on the basketball court didn't go my way, I had professors that taught me that I could be a leader in my community, in my field, just like I was a leader on the court, or attempted to be a leader on the court. So to see the leadership in Trey be given birth as the managing editor of the Spokesman, a writer for the Spokesman, I'm extremely proud, and I'm grateful to Morgan for everything it has done for her and for me.
Joining our discussion to discuss careers in broadcasting is Paloma Johnson Walker. She is the program manager for the National Association of Broadcasters Leadership Foundation's Apprenticeship Program. Paloma, welcome to our conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before we get into our conversation, you are a relatively recent graduate. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about how you got into broadcasting? What was your career trek like?
Yeah, so when I was in undergraduate school at Fayetteville State University, shout out to my HBCU, I thought that I wanted to be a sports broadcaster. So I took up a bunch of sports management opportunities at the school, as well as internships. And it led me to different positions here in DC, where I worked for a couple DC sports teams, and I was just trying to find my way into media. And I came across a position with ESPN 980, their radio station here in DC, and I applied. I got the job. It was a promotional job, and as I was working events, I met someone at the National Association of Broadcasters, and I was like, "Well, I haven't quite found my niche in broadcasting or media." I thought that I wanted to be a broadcaster, but thought that the best way for me to learn was to get on the business side of the industry. So I got an internship with the NAB in their sales department for their conventions team. I learned more about broadcasting, about what the NAB does, which advocates for broadcasters, and ended up temping for the foundation not long after, because what attracted me to this position was that their mission is to increase diversity in broadcasting, is to help people. And I found a role that helps me to support others in their career goals while also helping an industry that's really important for our nation.
So let's pick back up on that a little bit. Can you explain for our audience, many of whom are students that are watching, what's the difference between NAB and then the NAB Leadership Foundation? Could you explain what both of them do?
Yeah. So the NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters, is a trade association with members built up of radio and TV stations all across the country. And they go on the Hill and advocate on behalf of broadcasters to keep it viable and sustainable for our country. And offer services to many members. What we do on the NAB Leadership Foundation side is we have a focus on the people. So we have career development programs for aspiring leaders that are interested in entering the industry and those that are already in the industry. We have a senior level executive program for those who are looking to own radio or TV stations. So we have a focus on the people while they have a focus on the industry as a whole.
Well, let's unpack that a little bit. So I find this very fascinating. So you all are able to not only explore or expose students to careers in broadcasting on TV side and radio, those who want to be producers or on-air talent, etc. But you also have a track to help them understand what it's like to be on the business side of media, an executive leadership training program. Am I hearing that correct?
Yes, it's called the Broadcast Leadership Training Program, aka BLT. That program is specifically for people that have been in the industry for a while. They are ready to move up to C-suite level positions or own radio TV stations. So after you've gone through maybe one of our collegiate level programs, started working in the industry, become a general manager at a station, then you can move into the BLT program.
That is fantastic. The pipeline to the top, how you get to the top is often not a very clearly defined career path. So this training program will help students understand that once I enter in, much like yourself, once I enter into this field and I spend some time in radio and TV, there is a pathway forward to learn how to grow into the C-suite.
Yeah, there is.
That is excellent. That is excellent. So tell us a little bit about the NAB Leadership Foundation and your apprenticeship program. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a technology apprenticeship program as well as a media sales academy program, and it's geared towards increasing diversity in those two kind of roles. So media sales and the technology in technology and engineering, excuse me. They're both 6-month hybrid programs where we meet at the beginning and the end. Participants learn about different career opportunities in broadcasting, as well as get training and certifications, practice with interviewing, personal branding. But the core of the program is to create a pipeline for students to be able to enter the industry with some knowledge about the roles and the different skills and requirements and expectations of the professional workforce, specifically in media.
So if I'm a student, now that I understand this great opportunity, what do I need to do to get more information, or how do I apply to be a part of this or to become an apprentice?
So people can reach out to me directly with any questions they may have about our programs, but they can also visit our website at nabfoundation.org. And all of our applications live on LinkedIn. It's a very simple application. You read about the description of the program, upload your resume, answer a few questions, and then we review and we reach out for interviews. And our technology apprenticeship program and media sales academy program, we're accepting applications right now. So through our website and through LinkedIn and Handshake as well.
Now I'm going to ask you maybe this is the $1 million question. How many apprenticeships do you offer? And are these apprenticeships paid or volunteer?
So for our Media Sales Academy program this year, we're going for 25 participants. For our Technology Apprenticeship program, it's 30 participants this year, and it is a paid opportunity. We pay a stipend.
So I heard students around the country watching this just perk up when you said it is a paid opportunity. Now, how about some encouragement? What would you encourage? Let's say a student doesn't get chosen. Can they reapply the next year if they're a sophomore or junior? Tell us about the reapplication process.
Yeah, we encourage people to reapply if they don't get it the first go around. We also have a website called Broadcast Career Link where people can explore other opportunities in the industry should they not get into the program. But it's for rising juniors, seniors, and recent grads. We even accept graduate students that are at the master's level if they express an interest in broadcasting. But that's pretty much it. We accept students. We want you to come back if you don't.
Now, are there any other programs that NAB Leadership Foundation has that students or viewers need to be aware of?
Yeah, we have another fellowship program that's usually over the summer. It is called the Emerson Coleman Fellowship. It starts in May and ends in August of 2024. And that is for people that are interested in TV programming and production roles. And that application will be opening up in January 2024 on LinkedIn, Handshake, and it can be found on our website.
Excellent, excellent. So if you want to give another shout out to Bronco Nation, you might have a lot of these HBCU graduates from the North who don't know much about North Carolina HBCUs. You want to give another shout out to the Bronco Nation?
For sure. Shout out to Faith State, my HBCU, my alma mater, Bronco Pride.
So on that note, let's end with this. What did attending an HBCU do for you?
So attending the HBCU for me was an opportunity for me to learn about the history of my ancestors from other places, what they've gone through in this country to fight for education for us. And while I was at a HBCU, it instilled in me so much confidence because I felt like I had that backing, that history. And I was provided a quality education with great resources for me to find internships and jobs, and still relying on a strong alumni network, and just have so much pride in my HBCU.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey and your story. Students, please take advantage of this opportunity. You have one who's walked in your shoes, who understands the journey and can help you reach your destination. Paloma, we want to thank you so much for spending time with us today, and congratulations on all of your success. And we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
I want to thank Melissa and Paloma for joining us today. And students, please make sure to take advantage of these wonderful opportunities. There's more information on the screen about how you can apply for both the opportunities at Fulton Bank and for the apprenticeship program at the National Association of Broadcasters. And remember, we wish you nothing but the best as you continue to pursue all of your academic and career endeavors.